Hello and welcome to the Views Club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make chicken tenders, so let's go ahead and get to it. These are the ingredients you're going to need: flour, cornstarch. I need to get a cucharita for these because they've been getting stuck on me lately. Oh yeah. Cornstarch. Turmeric is optional, but you guys know I like to add it with my food whenever I can sneak it in. Salt. Airplanes. I'm so sorry guys. We've had so many airplanes going on all day, all night, so bear with me.
Shout out to the United States Air Force.
Yes, shout out to the United States Air Force and everyone serving our country. We love you. Okay, so give that a quick little stir. This is what happens with home cooking, guys. You get just about everything from the doorbell that just happened, the airplanes, the kids, it's all here. And then what we're gonna need on this side, we're gonna need some eggs, and your eggs are gonna depend on the amount of chicken the chicken tenders that you're gonna be using. I'm using about 14 pieces, so I'm using 2 eggs. A little bit of water. And what I like to do, the blend that I have over here, I add a little bit to my egg mixture.
What does that do?
When you add the flour, it makes it a little bit thicker so that everything sticks together. More like a glue. Not more like a glue, it is. And I want you to beat it, beat it. You're already starting over there? We're set with this. Now that I've cleaned up our area like magic, what you want to do is you want to have some panko crumbs. I've tried breadcrumbs, I've tried just flour, and for those of you guys that aren't aware, my older son does have autism. He is on the spectrum and he has sensory processing disorder, which means certain textures don't work well with him, from his clothes, from when he's eating. It's a really broad description. You guys have to look it up if you're interested. So after so many styles of chicken tenders, chicken nuggets that I made, this is the one that's his favorite because I keep it really crunchy for him and he's just happy. So to our panko crumbs, we're gonna add some salt. It's just a little bit. Give it a good little stir. And it's go time for us. You guys, I have a lot of sanitizer. I own a lot of soap in my house. You guys are weird. If you're on IG, you guys have seen me cleaning and complaining. I clean, but my hands are clean. I know how to handle chicken. I don't want you guys to stress out. I got it under control. So what you want to do is you want to grab your piece of your chicken tender and you want to dip it into your flour, okay? And I'm going to do one real quick and then I'm going to speed it up for us. Then you're going to dip it into your little glue egg batter. Is this a batter? It's our glue. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay. And then you're gonna bring it into your panko crumbs. The best thing about this is that if you buy yourself 2 packs of these chicken tenders, you can make these all at one time and they're very easy to do. And then freeze them on a tray like this. So you put them in the freezer for about 2 hours, and once they stiffen up a little bit, just transfer them into your Ziploc bag and they won't stick together, and you have ready to go chicken tenders. And put it to the side. I'm going to continue to do this really quickly as our service men and women are working hard. And it's just going to be the same process. Egg, panko, boom. Flour, egg, panko, and boom. Okay? Let's see if you guys remember. Ben didn't snap in the kitchen. Cloud, when I said angle, I didn't say get my double chin, Cloud.
I'm not getting a double chin, girl. We have the same problem. Be proud of it, girl.
And shout out to my sister for these angles, guys. I get so excited when I edit and I can see your angles. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Surprised nobody's complained about them
No,
because they shake a lot.
They're excellent. I love it.
I'm doing more yoga to practice my balance.
Are you?
Yeah, so I can give you guys better angles.
Woo! For all your suitors, she's doing
gosh.
yoga.
I don't have any suitors, girl.
Yeah, I mean, these are the one things I don't like to get my hands in because I get worked up sometimes.
Yeah.
Like with bacon, yes, but with the chicken, I'm just like, I don't want to. I'm not interested.
Yeah, they look so pretty. You could totally impress a salad with this. Like if you cut it at a bias, you know what I mean, and put it over a salad.
Well, you see, my godson, he adores these. He loves them. Like when he knows I'm making them, he's like, yeah.
He's asked me to make them before, and I said, what?
What?
I can't make them like your Nina.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, you can.
I can now. I know
Yeah.
the secret to the glue there.
Yeah. Well, the secret really is the panko. And if I didn't mention to you guys before, there is gluten-free panko. So I'm sure you can use like your almond or rice flour to coat it instead, and it'll work just as good. And I'll see you guys for our next step. Views Club and my lovely bells that have been cooking with me for a while. You guys already know this, but for all my new Views Club members, I want to share this with you. You want to use a wooden spoon or a chopstick. You place it inside your oil, and if it bubbles on the outsides, just like that, that means that you're ready to go. And that's for those that don't have a thermometer. It keeps it at about 175 degrees, and I'm going to be using the recycled canola oil that I saved. You guys know I recycle it until I can't anymore. Okay, so let's begin frying. Lay it gently so you guys don't burn yourselves. Please be careful. You guys have seen from my scarring and my band-aids, the oil does burn.
Just to be clear, we were distracted during those times. Sorry.
Yes, I had a lot going on during that time, guys. You guys already know, I spilled the tea already. When you're working with your oil and you see smoke coming out of it before you even place the first one, that means your oil might be too hot. So I already know off of instinct that this oil was good enough for us, but on your end, if there's a lot of smoke coming out before you put anything in here, that means your oil is too hot. You want to let it cool a little bit and then test it with one chicken nugget at a time, and that's gonna prevent you from burning your chicken tender for your lovely family and for yourself. I know I used to do that so many times, and by the time I was done frying tenders, all of this would be completely dark, like the oil was just done for. I think this is a great way of doing the tenders as well, because you use a little bit less flour, and the flour tends to burn your oil faster. Ooh, they're all coated nice. Just waiting for them to fry. I'm in about 8 minutes frying these, and that's about how long it took me to get them to that golden brown color. But if you guys got to that golden brown color at 4 minutes, your temperature is way too hot. Way too hot. So it should take you anywhere, depending on the cut and the size of your tenders, it should take you anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes. The great part is that your chicken will continue to cook once we set it to the side in this basket. I'm gonna leave that one in a few more seconds while I place the other ones in. That one's good to go. Oh, it smells so good. Every time I fry chicken, I'm just ready for some hot sauce and to go to town. I'm going to continue to cook these chicken tenders, and I'm also going to show you how I'm going to make the sides for my family on how I'm going to pair these, because I don't always pair chicken tenders with French fries. I mean, that's ideal, but that's for a special occasion. But I'm going to show you guys how I pair it so that I can get my children to enjoy chicken tenders without having to have the fries. I boiled some corn, so now I'm going to remove them. So now to the corn water that we have, you want to add your broccoli. And we're just going to cook this broccoli gently, maybe about 2 minutes max. It's more of a quick blanch. When I say blanch, it reminds me of one of the Golden Girls.
The only Golden Girl.
You think Blanche was the only one?
I love her.
Really?
Mm-hmm, she's my favorite.
I like all of them, but yeah, Blanche is great.
I like Sophia too. Never mind. I love them all.
Yes, you have to love all the Golden Girls. If you guys haven't seen that program, you guys should watch it. It's been about 2 minutes. You want to take them out when they're still this bright green color, okay? You don't want to take them out when the color's already gone. You want them al dente. Okay, so some of my family members like the cheese. Some of them detest cheese. I know, they don't like the feel of cheese, only on pizza. So what I do is I grab a cheese blend, and I shredded some mozzarella that I had left over in the fridge, and that's what I'm using with a little bit of a Mexican blend I purchased from Costco. Sometimes I do the cheese sauce, sometimes I just do this. So turn your pan off, and this is going to melt on its own. You can put a lid on it. It's going to be up to you. And let me go ahead and show you how I make the Mexican corn. So what you need a lemon or a lime. Okay, your corn. And what you're going to do is you're going to put some butter. If you have melted butter, it works a lot better. It gets a lot smoother in here. You can also boil it with a little bit of butter for flavor. And then you're going to get your lime and you're going to rub it all across. You can hear my doggy clacking. Whenever she hears me cut anything, she comes over because she thinks every time I cut carrots, she gets a few pieces. So she thinks I have carrots. Some mayonnaise. This tastes really good with vegan mayonnaise too, guys. Believe it or not, there was a lot of years that I couldn't eat regular mayo. It just wasn't for me. I can say a good, what, 15 years, Claude?
Like 18.
Like 18 years I didn't eat regular mayo. And I have cotija cheese. This is that white stuff that you guys see on top. This is the cheese, and it's very mild. It smells pretty strong, I would say. But once you consume it, it's very light. The taste is very mild. Okay. This is where you go with your tajin or your chili powder seasoning. And then if you would like some hot sauce, this is where you go with your hot sauce. Add some hot sauce to it. There's a lot of ways to eat your corn, but this is a simple and quick way to enjoy it. And this way my kids focus less on the fact that I'm giving them broccoli. Alright, and that's how I make my family's chicken tenders. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. And don't forget to share with me on Twitter and Instagram. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! Adios! I know you didn't think I was about to eat this corn in public. Not happening. I'll see you later.